Buying equipment or a company vehicle, that's not just an expense, it's an asset. In this video, I'll show you how to properly record assets in QuickBooks Online so your balance sheet reflects the full value of your business. I'm Jenny, a professional bookkeeper, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to enter those big purchases and why it matters. First, let's talk about what would be considered a business asset. Business assets are anything of value that your business owns that is essential for operations. Today we are going to talk about fixed assets. Fixed assets are items that will likely be used for an extended period of time, typically more than a year, and cost over a certain amount. A good rule of thumb is $2,500. Things that can be included in fixed assets are property, buildings, equipment, vehicles, and technology. To show you this example, we are going to work in the sample company, Craig's Design and Landscaping. Since we are in Craig's Design and Landscaping, I'm going to go with the theme, and we're going to pretend that Craig made enough money that he is going to buy a new zero-turn mower. He is going to use his bank account. He is not going to finance this mower. I'm going to show you how to do that. We can start this by coming up to create, and this is an expense. Craig is purchasing this asset from Home Depot. So Home Depot will be our payee. Since we don't already have Home Depot in here, we need to add a new payee. Since this is a chain store, we're not going to enter any of the extra information in here. And save. We want to make sure the payment account is correct. He did pay this out of his checking account. He purchased this item on November 10th. And we are going to say he used a Visa. If we want to include a reference number here, we can, but we don't need to. The category is where we're going to enter the details for the fixed asset. We are purchasing a new mower, so we are actually going to create a new category. I am going to be specific. You can name it whatever is most helpful for you and your business. He purchased a Cub Cadet zero-turn mower. Now, because I do not have that in there already, it opened up this side panel. I'm going to leave that account name as Cub Cadet zero-turn mower. The account type and detail type are the really important parts here. In account type, this is a fixed asset. And the reason it is a fixed asset is because we are going to use this for a period of time, probably more than a year, unless something happens. And we are spending over $2,500 on this. So this would be a fixed asset. Detail type. I'm going to list it as machinery and equipment. You can enter more information right here, but I usually don't add it right here because I enter the information into my actual expense. This is just additional information that you can add here. You can keep track of depreciation, another thing that I don't do in QuickBooks. And the reason I don't do that in QuickBooks is because there are things that happen from year to year with depreciation, and that is something you should work on with your tax preparer and enter later on, because you don't want to have QuickBooks keep track of your depreciation and then have to try to fix it later. I am going to save this asset. When I put the amount in here, I want to make sure that I not only include the mower, but I include any taxes, any fees that I would need to get it up and running if it wasn't a brand new mower. Right now, I purchased this mower from Home Depot, and the cost of this mower was $3,134.99, but there was also tax. So I am going to enter the total price, including that tax, which was $3,291.74. Now that I have this in here, I can save and close. I am also going to show you where you can find this asset. So now that I've entered it, it's in there. Where can I find this information? We are going to go to accounting and the chart of accounts. We can scroll down here and see we have some different fixed assets in here. There's only a couple, but there are some in here. This is where my Cub Cadet zero turn mower is going to show up. Now this is an asset on my books. As far as reports, this will now show up on my balance sheet. It will not show up on my profit and loss. That can get a little confusing, but the reason for that is because this asset is going to last longer than a year. So I don't want to use all of this as an expense for my business this year. I want to be able to spread it out. And there are different rules around that. And that's something you should speak with your tax preparer about, how you're going to depreciate it. But I want to make sure that this is spread out over multiple years. So I don't want it to show up on my profit and loss yet. So basically what happens is if it's spread out over 3 years, 5 years, depending on the conversations you have with your tax preparer, this amount will get spread out over those years and it will be expensed at that time. Tracking assets correctly helps your financial reports stay accurate and gives your tax pro the details they need come year end. If this video helped simplify the process, hit like and subscribe. More questions? Drop them below. Your question might be featured in an upcoming video. Thanks. Bye.